Hello everyone, this Python code will allow you in this input file, like input can be generating any code in any language, C++, Java, Python, blah, and this program will talk to LLM to generate the code, and it will create a new file here according to the name suitable to that generated code. Let's try this. In input file I have given example of Python code for Python code good example. Then let's run this code. It will generate, not this one, here is the, so I have given input for oops concept example and it's generated the name according to it, oops concept.py, and here is the complete code beautifully parsed. Let's understand the how the code work, and we can change the from Python to JavaScript. We can rerun again. It will generate a JavaScript code. Here it is. Ta-da! Okay, we have generated a little AI assistant which can give us code for us, and we can save it into here our local directory. Okay, let's understand this code. Let's start. OS is basically to talk to our operating system for file reading and all. HTTPS, like if you are using a Wi-Fi which has a firewall protection, so it won't allow data transfer happening from your laptop to some other API. So we are using this to allow SSL certification, something like that. RE for reg matching, and JSON to generate the JSON file also from the LLM. Then load.env, this is the file where you can see this .env file. Let me show you. Here is the Grok API and API key is there. Let's say instead of using this API key directly into my code and sharing with someone, it will leak the basically API key. So instead of doing that, I am assigning this API key to the Grok API key, and we are loading this .env file using the load.env file for this, basically to protect the data. Then LangChain Grok, as I am using a LangChain Grok API key, so to use that service we are using LangChain Grok. And LangChain Grok dot prompt, how to get the API key, the link will be in the description, you can check it. LangChain core dot prompt import template, basically we will make a template so that some extra thing instruction basically AI will give to the AI. And pathlib for managing the path of these files and saving to them respective path. So import is done. Load.env, we are calling this function to read this, whatever the data is present in this file we can import into our code. Then os.getEnv Grok API key, whatever the Grok API key has a API key value, we are saving it to this variable. If it's empty, it will raise an error. And input path, using this library has been used here to basically read the input file, and we have put in the try and catch block. If this code successfully run, it will go to the third step, and if it's fail, so it will run either this one and this one. So let's understand this thing with say if we don't have the input txt file, so any of the this will is, let's say if we have the input file and it's contains something, we will open it with open we will use, because we don't have to close it by ourselves. It will read encoding, we are using this, which handle lots of languages, as means file will be named as f, basically we can say that. Then we are saying that f dot read means input whatever file, our file name is input, and whatever content is there just read it. And stripe means remove all the white spaces. If not, if like file doesn't exist or something error happen, raise value dot file is empty, you can say that. Like if file is present but it's empty, so we will raise this error. Let's step 3. It is a very crucial thing where we will when LLM able to give the code and how's the output goes. Wait a second, I have written a Ruby here, it can't detect the Ruby language. Let's see how's the output comes. So is this basically doing the parsing, where initially when I made in a code, what it doing, it was giving the file name in this way, and giving the Python language and then content. So we can't directly save this thing into this respective files type, otherwise it will give an error. So we are parsing this content. We are taking this content and putting into this code. So that's why our generated files look like this way, so perfect and clean. So this function do the cleaning process. So let's understand this is the regex pattern. I will give the explanation video for this code will be present in the description, and this is the pattern we are making to extract the file name and the content. So pattern is there, and content whatever the LLM has generated, read dot all, basically it's telling that don't stop when you find a dot, please continue reading all the text. File name we are extracting and the content to save into that file. If match means whatever this thing is there, we got something. So if match come under captured file name and inner content. Match dot group will give whatever content has been captured using this pattern. It will come to the capture file name and inner content. Capture file name we are saving into a file name variable, and inner content we are removing the white spaces and saving into the parsed content. If file name is there, then we will return the parse content and file name. If parse content dot start with this thing, we curly braces or the square bracket, and program will think that this is a JSON file. So instead of directly assigning file name output.json, okay, let me restart again. If file name we got, we will return the parse whatever the content we got, and file name we will enter it. But if file name is not given, just program give the output directly, and there is nothing, file name doesn't exist there. To understand which program it is, we have some methods to guess. So if curly braces is there or square brackets at the starting, we will understand that this is JSON. We are using try catch block. If something error happens, we can catch it. So we are just taking a chance to load this data in JSON. If this fails, so this won't be a JSON, so we will pass it. We'll go to the next if statement, and if this JSON.load gets succeed, that means it is a JSON file. We will give the output.json file name and we'll save it. In this file we will be able to see it. And if this got failed, means there will be a def or import or print, something will be written in the content. Basically it's try to find out this regex, and parse content we are giving the content to it, and it should be multiple line, means it should read all the content. So according to that we will decide that this is a Python file and we'll return it. If public class interface something like that return, we will guess that this is Java, and include and using namespace is written C++, include int main something is written C would be, and function const let var is present, so it will be JS. So only this language it can detect. Nothing is there, so it will create an output.txt file and save into it. And here we are given the prompt, and you can see that there is a blue color curly braces and written user query. This state that the user input will come into here. This is the prompt template, and we are giving some extra knowledge to the LLM what we want, and we are giving the user input, and we are combining this prompt template. We are trying to making it complete. So this is just a text here, and we are now completing it. So prompt will be prompt template, and we are inserting our user input, and template equal to prompt template we are giving. So this whole message, this whole code, you can understand that we have a book for an LLM to read. Some of the pages are present in that. Let's say book has 10 pages. In that 2 pages is absent. So in that 2 pages we will insert the user interest. So it's like a input variable. So book has a 10 pages and 2 pages are missing, and we will attach those two spaces according that will be from the user, so that LLM when read the complete book it will understand what is the user requirement. And here we are using the LLM model. This is the model where we are using the chat grok function, using selecting the model and API key we have been done, and for disabling the SSL error will be, if generated it will give an exception. As you can see that when there was a no internet, if I off the internet and try to run the code, it will generate an exception case for connection error. Is an inbuilt, something like that. Then we are making a chain, basically a pipeline where prompt means basically a book with 2 empty pages is given to the grok LLM. Then in this chain we are activating this pipeline by using invoke method, and in user query we are putting the user query input, and whatever the content comes generated from the LLM we are saving into the result variable. So the user query here, the user query is basically input whatever the present input. It is a user query is input from the user, and that input is from the input file, this file. So yes, we are passing into the this chain, and whatever the grok has, basically LLM has given the output, we are extracting it using content function, then saving into result variable. Then in that result variable we are passing into this function which we have initialized a little bit before to extract the file name and the content. Then we are creating a file name we are creating. With that file name we are creating a file, and we are opening it and in a write mode, and we are whatever the we have content extracted we are writing into it. By this we got our file generated. So I hope it is understandable, and I have done this thing, and in future video we will try to improve our code even more better, so that, and we will jump into the agentic AI. We will use the autogen and the LangChain to integrate multiple AI agents and build a better application. Basically we'll try to do that.